On a warm April afternoon in 2014, two best friends set out on a hiking trail in Panama's lush highlands. They sent one last smiling photo to family back home, promising to check in after their trek. But they never did. For weeks, searchers scoured the jungle with no success, until a blue backpack mysteriously appeared on a riverbank. Inside it were phones, a camera, and hundreds of haunting clues that only deepened the mystery of what really happened to them. It's April 1st, 2014, in Boquete, Panama, a sleepy mountain town nestled in the Chiriquí Highlands, where coffee farms climb misty slopes and tourists flock to hike. Chris Creamers, 21, is the planner, blonde, confident, with a sharp smile and a knack for organizing. She's studying cultural management in Amsterdam, dreaming of a career bridging art and people. Lisanne Froon, 22, is taller, quieter, a recent psychology graduate with a love for volleyball and photography. Her gentle demeanor hides a fierce curiosity. The two are inseparable, friends since their teens, sharing a gap-year adventure to teach kids and explore Panama. They're staying with a host family, their room cluttered with guidebooks and hiking gear. That morning, they're excited, lacing up boots for the El Pianista Trail, a scenic 4-mile path to a waterfall and a continental divide with sweeping views. They pack light, a backpack, 2 phones, Lisanne's Canon camera, and water. Their host family's dog, Blue, tags along, scampering ahead. A selfie at the trailhead shows them grinning, Chris in sunglasses, Lisanne's hair tied back, the jungle vibrant behind them. By 11 a.m., they're hiking, unaware they're stepping into a mystery that will never let go. They don't come back. By evening, the host family grows uneasy. Chris and Lisanne promise to return by 5 p.m., but the sun sets, and the trailhead is empty. Blue the dog wanders home alone, no leash, no girls. The family calls local police, who shrug it off. Young tourists often lose track of time. But by April 2nd, worry deepens. A search begins. Local guides, volunteers, and police comb the trail. No footprints, no dropped items, just jungle silence. The girls' phones, later found, show attempted calls to 112 and 911 starting that night. April worst at 4:39 p.m., then sporadically over days, often with no signal. Lisanne's camera, recovered later, holds 90 photos, including strange nighttime shots dated April 8th. Blurred images of branches, rocks, and a cryptic close-up of what might be hair or blood. Why were they taking photos in the dark, a week after they vanished? The jungle holds no answers, only questions. In the Netherlands, 5,000 miles away, Martijn Froon, Lisanne's older brother, feels the first stab of dread when his parents get the call. Martijn, 26, is practical, a software developer who thrives on logic, but his sister's disappearance unravels him. He remembers Lisanne's last email. "Chris and I are loving Panama. The hike tomorrow sounds amazing." Now he's on a plane to Boquete, landing April 6, joining a frantic search. The jungle is endless. Vines tangle, rivers churn, clouds obscure the sky. Martijn walks the trail himself, shouting Lisanne's name until his voice cracks. "She's out there," he tells volunteers, his eyes burning. "She's careful, she wouldn't just get lost." But the days drag on, and hope fades like mist. What do you think happened to Chris and Lisanne that first night? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. 10 weeks later, June 2014, a Ngabe woman finds a blue backpack by the Culebra River, miles from the trail. It's Chris and Lisanne's, waterlogged but intact. Inside, 2 phones, Lisanne's camera, a bra, sunglasses, and $83 in cash. The phones reveal a chilling timeline. Calls to emergency services from April 1st to April 6th, some at odd hours, but most fail to connect. Lisanne's phone dies first, April 4th. Chris's phone is powered on until April 11th, with 77 failed PIN attempts, suggesting someone else tried to access it. The camera's 90 photos include sunny trail shots from April 1st, then, inexplicably, dark images from April 8th, a rock formation, a branch, a plastic bag, and one haunting frame. Possibly Chris's hair, matted with what might be blood. Who was holding the camera that night? Martin, now back in Boquete, pores over the photos with investigators, his hands shaking. "This doesn't make sense," he says. "Lisanne would never leave her camera behind." Panamanian police and Dutch. Forensic teams take over. The backpack is a breakthrough, but it raises more questions. Why was it found so far from the trail? Why were the girls' belongings untouched? Cash, phones, camera, when robbery is common. Search teams scour the riverbank and find fragments. A pelvic bone, a boot with Lisanne's foot inside, and later Chris's denim shorts folded neatly by the river. Forensic tests show the bones were bleached, possibly by sun or chemicals, but no clear cause of death. Martin meets with a lead detective, Ana Morales, who shares a theory. The girls may have gotten lost, injured, or worse, someone found them. Martin bristles. Lisanne was strong, Chris was smart. They'd fight. But the jungle's dangers, flash floods, cliffs, jaguars, loom large, and locals whisper of foul play, drug runners, organ traffickers, or a guide who knew the trail too well. A local guide, Feliciano, was one of the last to see them. Could he know more? Martin demands answers, but the guide's story is airtight. He saw them at the trailhead, nothing more. Do you think the guide's hiding something? Comment below. Martin refuses to leave Boquete. He rents a small room, spends days with search teams and nights studying the camera photos on a cracked laptop. One image haunts him. The nighttime shot of what might be Chris's hair, a red smear in the frame. Is that blood? He asks a forensic expert who shrugs. Could be. Or mud. Martin's hope phrase, but he clings to Lisanne's strength. She'd leave a sign, he tells a volunteer. She always did. He recalls her habit of scratching her initials into trees as a kid. Searchers find no such marks, but Martin notices something else in the photos. A faint path not on any map branching off the trail. He treks to the spot with a guide, finding a steep drop into a ravine. They could have fallen here, he whispers, his voice breaking, but no trace of them. Why were the nighttime photos taken so far from the trail? And who was holding the camera? By late 2014, the case is global news. Theories multiply. An accident, maybe a fall or river crossing gone wrong. Foul play. Locals point to human traffickers or a serial predator, or something stranger, like a cult or ritual. Martin meets a Dutch journalist, Eva, who's been digging into the case. She shows him a report. The Ngabe woman who found the backpack said it appeared placed, not washed up. Someone wanted it found, Eva says. Martin's stomach twists. He studies the phone logs again. Chris's phone was used after Lisanne's died, but with wrong pins. Someone else had it, he says, his voice hollow. Eva nods. Or Chris was too injured to remember her code. Martin visits the river where the backpack was found, standing in the muddy current. Lisanne wouldn't give up, he says, to no one. She'd fight to the end. But what if one of them survived longer than the other? Years pass, but the case stays open, unsolved. Martin returns to the Netherlands, but he's changed, haunted, driven. He starts a blog sharing the photos, pleading for tips. The camera's nighttime shots remain the biggest enigma. Taken in pitch darkness, some show a plastic bag and candy wrappers, as if marking a spot. Were they signals, delirium, or something forced? In 2025, a new lead emerges. A hiker claims to have found a bone fragment near the Culebra River, but tests are inconclusive. Martin flies back to Panama, standing at the trailhead, staring into the jungle. I know you're out there, he whispers, as if Lisanne can hear him. The family holds a memorial, but Martin refuses to call it closure. Not until I know, he tells Eva. The jungle keeps its secrets. But the backpack's truth, those haunting photos, suggests someone, or something, was with them in the dark. The El Pianista Trail is quiet now, but Chris and Lisanne's story echoes. Their backpack, a time capsule of terror, holds clues that don't add up. Was it a tragic accident, or did someone silence them? Martine still searches, driven by love and loss, believing the truth is buried in Panama's green heart. Engagement prompt. What do you think the nighttime photos mean? Were Chris and Lisanne alone? Share your theories below, and if this story moved you, like and subscribe for more mysteries that refuse to stay buried. Text on screen. Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon remain missing. The investigation is ongoing.